I'm Shannon Stocking, and I'm one of the co-editor-in-chiefs of the Michigan Daily.
And I'm Kate Weiland. I'm the other co-editor-in-chief of the Michigan Daily.
I joined the Michigan Daily my first semester of my freshman year, which was during COVID, so it was all virtual, and immediately fell in love with it. I was looking to transfer to another college, and then as soon as I became engulfed in the Michigan Daily community, I decided to stay, and it's definitely what has defined my college experience, and I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
Yeah, I also joined the Michigan Daily my first semester freshman year. I wrote for the news section for a while before becoming an editor, and like Shannon said, the past year has been the best year of my life. We've had the opportunity to work on so many incredible projects and with so many incredible people, and Michigan wouldn't be the same without the Michigan Daily.
The Daily has essentially defined my college experience. I started working at the Daily from the first minute I stepped on campus to now, and it's been the biggest constant and biggest motivator for me. I think I've made a lot of friends at the Daily, and I've grown incredibly as a student, an artist, and a leader.
I've made some of my best friends here, and I feel like I can always find a familiar face in the newsroom to talk to. One of my favorite things is walking into the Daily and just having to say hi to so many people, because I've been able to make so many friends here, and I think that these are like friendships that I will hold forever.
So at Albion, I was the editor-in-chief of our student newspaper, the Pleiad, and when I would do trainings and teach sort of my news staff the level of quality I expected of a student newspaper, I would point to the Michigan Daily, and I would take photos that my now colleagues shot and show them as highlights and examples and things that we should strive for. The Michigan Daily was something that I saw as a shining highlight of student journalism, and that's something I'm really passionate about, so I had no choice but to join it.
We're in a place where there's way too much information, and even though there's more information than ever, it's not localized, it's not geographic like it used to be. People used to be in communities. And I think the Michigan Daily is one step towards bringing back that localization, saying this is a specific community, here are its specific needs, and here's how we're thinking about that. For the newsroom is a place to grab a slice of pizza, grab a Coke, and then talk to smart people.
I spend a lot of time here because I know I'm creating something and working on something that I'm going to be proud of in the end, and that everyone who's working on it is going to be proud of. And I think not many of us get the opportunity to create something from start to finish that we can look at and say is our own, and look at and be proud of what we've done. And I think working on a student newspaper like the Michigan Daily gives us that opportunity.
Being able to send our young journalists out to cover the presidential debates and the elections at the state and national levels would be amazing, and we hope that our coverage will also help to increase student voter turnout across the University of Michigan's campus, because being able to cover these events in the student newspaper would expose students across campus to a lot of the local and national events that are happening.
It's just a great opportunity to get to know people and get yourself out there, especially because university doesn't have a journalism major, but the Daily essentially acts like that, and so it's just a really cool way to learn about journalism and make new friends. Just getting to see how open everyone is and how receptive and just how nice people are about our work, but also how diligent all of the staffers are, especially the editors. We really make sure that the content we're putting out is representative of different groups that often aren't as represented on campus.
One of the most important things that any newspaper or writing in general can do is telling stories, and the Daily has been such an outlet for so many people to tell stories, whether that's digitally, through photos, through their writing, or tell the stories of others. And we really work to represent those underrepresented and marginalized communities, both on campus and in the Ann Arbor community. And seeing that unfold since freshman year has been so powerful and has really informed my understanding of myself and of other communities and what I want to do moving forward after graduation.
It's truly a very organized environment, which is not true of very many clubs on campus, and it is a great way to work on projects that really can reach a lot of people, and that's an extremely rewarding aspect.
There are a lot of expenses that go into traveling to a venue where you would cover a music festival or even just covering a movie at like the State Theater, those kind of things can really add up. So it is helpful to have sort of this support to be reimbursed. So that I think is something really important that we need funding for. So yeah, I think with arts in particular, it's just the barrier to entry to a lot of really cool artistic opportunities and things happening. You know, you need the funding in order to overcome those, for sure.
I think we would have a lot more opportunity for people to go out and do investigative pieces or more multimedia content. What makes the Daily so unique is the passion of our photographers. So having more equipment would kind of let people have a little bit more freedom in what they're able to do.
The sports budget has only increased once in the past 20 or 25 years, which was nice this past year, but it's still not enough. We're still having to make a bunch of budgetary decisions. We've had to have beats drive 18 hours to get to a game, and we're one of the only ones that consistently travels to every game. We're always there, we're always covering, we're always bringing our audience the best content we can and being there live on scene, doing our own reporting, especially in the sphere of women's sports that has long been underreported, undercovered. And so we're creating more robust coverage there, but we have to have the money to do it.
Never in a million years did I go into my first day of college, freshman year, thinking I'm gonna be in a helicopter over this campus one day. But it was awesome. I mean, the fact that we got to do that from donor funding was amazing.
I'm a firm believer in the sanctity of college newsrooms and student journalism. This is sort of our proving ground, and this is a place for us to learn how to make mistakes and learn how to do things well. And it's essential to the future of this country that we maintain things like the Michigan Daily.
Thank you, and go Daily!